Hello folks, this is Paul Pekoski with Online Business Pro Solutions. And today I will share with you how you can make money on YouTube without showing your face. Now you may be thinking, hey, wait a minute Paul, I've got a pretty face and I want to show it off. Well, that's no problem. Lots of people like the feeling of engagement that comes with being seen on camera. Specific roles and personalities such as coaches, mentors, and even ham-bones, the class clowns. You know who you are. They generally get significant views and subscriptions by getting up close and personal with their cameras. But for every influencer that rakes in that do-re-mi from their barrage of selfies and intimate photo ops, there are at least 10 stealthy operators who make big bank without ever showing their face. Many more never use their own voice either, nor do they make any kind of personal reference. Now, some niches and sub-niches lend themselves better than others to that no-see-em concept. And there are various tools and techniques that you can use to strategically optimize these videos. So, stick around for the entire video and I will show you all the ins and outs of making money on YouTube without ever showing your face. Now, if you are a cut-to-the-chase type of person and you want to take action immediately, then do yourself a favor and click on that link below in the description section. Check out my review first, then get immediate access to the simple traffic blueprint. Now this is an excellent action plan that takes you by the hand and it walks you step by step through a highly successful YouTube strategy for capturing organic traffic on your very own YouTube channel. And hey, the real kicker is, with this particular strategy, you never have to show your face. All right, I produced that introduction using what's called the stock footage technique. Now that's one of 5 filming techniques that I'm going to be demonstrating throughout this video, so it's very important that you watch the entire video. It's one thing to tell you about something, but I like to show you how it's actually done. Now, all 5 of these video techniques that I'm going to be showing you are excellent ways to create videos without having to show your face. That particular video I put together using a software platform called Vidnami. It was formerly known as Content Samurai. Now this is just the option that I use. There are multiple options out there to generate stock footage films. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to give you access to a recent review that I've made of Vidnami, so you can see for yourself why I've chosen this as my #1 go-to for stock footage filming technique. Now, for the sake of this video, there's 2 specifications or 2 parameters that we want to meet. One is, we've already established, because this is regarding YouTube, that you want to set up a YouTube channel. So the first is you want that YouTube channel to make you money. You want your videos to be monetizable. The second parameter, and very important to you, is that you don't really want to appear on your own films. You don't want to show your face. So those are the 2 things, the 2 requirements that we have to satisfy during this film. In order to do that, there's really 3 primary topics that we have to discuss. And those are what niche that you choose, what types of videos that you produce, and the filming techniques that you use. Okay, when it comes to which niche market that you choose, now it's quite possible you might already have a YouTube channel and you might already have chosen which niche market that you're reaching out to. And this is not a tutorial on how to set up a YouTube channel, nor is it one on how to choose your niche. But if you haven't chosen a niche yet, or if you've chosen a niche that you feel is too broad and you're beginning to realize it's way bigger than what you expected, all I'm offering is some, first of all, broad categories that lend themselves very well to the techniques and the concepts that we're talking about here today. Health, wealth, technology, hobbies, and lifestyle. Now, these are massive, massive niches. These are very broad, but there are all kinds of examples on YouTube of individuals who have set up YouTube channels based on subjects within each of these broader categories that are making mad bank, and they're never appearing on their own film. So that's why I've chosen these 5 categories. Now, the goal for you is to narrow these down into something that you can work with, something that you can become an authority of, an expert in. Now, when it comes to choosing niches, generally speaking, you come from a couple different directions. First, from a personal standpoint, you're looking for things that you are interested in or you're passionate about, or things that you're highly skilled in, that you're very good at. Then on the flip side, from the business side, you want to find out what the market is actually demanding, what's trending, what are people looking for. And then you cross and compare your ideas, you figure out which niche market you'd like to get into, and then you start finding out within those niche markets, what are people really looking for. And then you try and satisfy those needs. You're trying to answer their questions. You're trying to solve their problems in those specific areas. Now, as examples, I'm going to break each one of these sections down one more time into roughly 5 or so smaller, narrower subjects within each of these broader topics. But I highly recommend you break those down even further. Once again, you want to sort of find that happy place where you're able to provide enough content within that subject matter that one reaches enough people, but you're not overreaching to the point where you're going to lose everybody because you're just too generic. So I think a mistake that a lot of people make, they hear the list. We're always talking about the list, and yes, the value is immense in the list that you create. The list is critical, but it is not necessarily the size of your list. And I think what happens is, and we'll look at this right here. First of all, let's get right to this. It is not the size of your list that counts. It is the quality of your list that counts. And it's not just the quality of your list, it's the quality of your engagement with that list. So I think a mistake that people make, they look at PewDiePie or the Beast or some of the bigger social influencers, and they see that they have millions of subscribers. And yes, when it comes to AdSense, you get paid so many dollars per 1,000 views. So if you have millions of subscribers, of course, you're going to be generating some money. But that's the extreme. If you really take a look at it, the majority of people on YouTube are not making the majority of their money through AdSense. That's just one stream of income, okay, one source. But they're making their money by marketing affiliate products. They're making their money by marketing their own products. There's many, many ways that you can capitalize on your YouTube channel. Once again, this is not the venue for that. There will be additional videos coming out. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified whenever I put new videos out. But for today, just suffice it that you need to find a niche that is interesting enough for you to carry on with and is narrow enough that you're going to reach an optimum level of audience so that you're going to satisfy their needs. Now, I'm going to go ahead and break each one of these down one more time, but I highly suggest that you break them down even further. All right, when we're talking about health, you can break that down into, say, weight loss or skincare, natural medicine, anti-aging, or hair loss. Wealth, you can break that down into MMO, making money online, financial planning, insurance, the stock market, anything to do regarding commodities such as gold, platinum, silver. Technology, people love hearing about new gadgets, new upgraded softwares, anything regarding mobile devices, gaming, home entertainment. Hobbies, you can sub-niche or narrow that down to photography, say crafts of any kind. One of my favorites, home brewing. Once again, gaming. Some of these have crossover. Or something I know, I've got a couple friends that are really into this, is drones. That's a big field right there. Lifestyle is massive. It encompasses so many different things, but anything and everything regarding luxury. People love to look at expensive gadgets, expensive toys, automobiles, homes, travel destinations. Some because they're actually looking at going there or purchasing those things. Others because it's just a dream. Anything regarding self-improvement, pets, children, relationships, anything and everything organic. That's a big topic. And that also crosses over with health. And then nomadic. And when I say nomadic, I'm talking about the nomadic lifestyle, especially now because of social distancing. The RV business is booming. Tiny homes is booming. People are trying to make a smaller footprint, but also allow themselves to travel and maintain their social distancing at the same time. So these are all excellent sub-niches or subcategories of these much broader areas. And then my recommendation once again to you is to break those down even further until you've got a subject that you're interested in, that you're going to have the ability to reach out and engage with an optimum market and not stretch yourself too thin. Okay, now we're going to discuss the different types of videos that you can produce in which you never have to show your face. Now, I'm going to spend a little more time on reviews than the rest of these, just because reviews, they're just an awesome type of video that specifically fits these requirements. Very easy to monetize, and you never have to show your face if you don't want to. It's actually true with all of these video types, but reviews are just a very easy way to get into this business. They're excellent form. So I am going to talk about them a little more. Now, I'm going to run through these rather quickly because we're going to jump onto my screen and I'm going to show you live examples on YouTube of all these different types of video. And they're going to cross over into different niches, and they're also going to be showing you different filming techniques, all three topics that we're covering today. So how-tos, I don't really have to explain these, I don't think, very much. I have fixed automobiles. I built a floating deck in my backyard. I have cooked gourmet meals for dates, all on the strength of the information in how-to videos that I found free on YouTube. So believe me, I love how-tos. They're not that difficult to make as long as you know what you're doing. But when you do look for how-tos on YouTube, if you're anything like me, I do a lot of research. I go through lots of how-tos until I find the right pick. And generally speaking, I have certain go-to people for certain things. The key is, if you decide to do how-tos, you want to become that go-to channel. That's the key. But once again, you never ever have to show your face. Tutorials, that's just any type of educational video. This is an educational video. This is a tutorial. Data streams are primarily like moving charts, trends, and statistical probabilities, correlations, things of that nature. And you are going to see a couple of examples, but basically you just take standard charts and you turn them into videos. They do take a little bit of work because you have to accumulate all that data and it has to be valid and real. But they're very simple, and there are software packages out there that are made specifically for this type of video. Humor, you know what I'm talking about. Pranks, anything regarding, funny kids, funny animals, best bloopers, you name it. Humor is big. So many different avenues you can go with that. Entertainment. When I talk in terms of entertainment, I'm really talking more about riddles, whodunits, profiles. You answer a series of questions, gives you some kind of idea who your perfect mate is, or where you're going to be in 15 years, or something of that nature. These are humongous. These are really, really popular. And because I'm sure of COVID and social distancing, even more so now. Collections, all I'm talking about there is when you say like the top 10 of this, the best 15 of that, funniest 25 of all time this or that. It could be sports, it could be funny, it could be anything you want it to be. But lists or collections, these are all excellent types of videos. I'm going to jump right now into reviews, and then we're going to go to my screen, and we are going to see some of these on YouTube so you can see the real deal. Review. There's different types of reviews that you can do online. You can do straight out product review, where all you really do is just talk about the product. Definitely cover the pros and cons, who the creator is, when it's coming out, or if it's already available, and how people can get it. I like to add walkthroughs and demos in mine if it's possible. And there you take it a little bit further. You don't just talk about the product. You actually take them into like the members areas, walk them through, talk them through all the different levels and stages and what's available with it. And you can also do a demo if you have access to software. Those are excellent because you really get to take your audience on a journey. You know, it's just like they're there. They're looking over your shoulder. They're watching it in action. So it gives them a much better perspective as to whether or not this is something that they're really going to want or not. So, and it adds a little bit of action also to your videos. Because as you can tell, these can get pretty dry and pretty boring. So, product comparisons, now they're basically just reviews of multiple products. You just compare and contrast them. And then unboxing, that's become extremely popular. And that's where you actually, the package just came in from Amazon or Best Buy or Walmart, wherever. It's still in the box. And you actually film the entire process of you opening the box and pulling out the product and checking it all out and, you know, looking at the directions and seeing if it's easy or difficult, and the excitement on your face when you see it, or the disdain when it's like nothing like what you thought it was going to be. These are all fantastic types of reviews that you can do. And once again, I just highly emphasize that for starting out, reviews are an excellent way to go, because in any niche that you're involved in, there are going to be products. So it doesn't mean you can't expand on your channel later on, but just to get started to review products is a great way to dip your toe in the water, so to speak. I'm not going to ramble any further. We're going to jump onto my screen, and I'm going to show you some of these different video types on YouTube. Okay, you're actually looking at my screen right now, looking over my shoulder. This is actually what we call the screen capture technique, filming technique. This particular video is a review video, and this was uploaded by a friend of mine, Richard Darby, who his YouTube channel is School of Nomads. He just started this channel roughly a year ago. About 6 months in, he uploaded this particular review, Playtest Cloud, and he's already got 34,124 views. I don't know when he got all those views, but the odds are, because this is what they call an evergreen product, meaning there is no real time frame. Some products, their launches come and go, and then people forget about the product 3 months later because it goes out of business or doesn't exist or wasn't that popular. But products like this that are in existence, stay in existence, they're robust, there's always a need and a demand for information regarding those. So just be aware of that when you start putting some of these things together. When he does a review, the whole key here is to let you know he's not showing his face. Now, this is in the making money online niche, and he is actually using a screen capture technique himself. Now, I've actually started the video, and all he's doing, he's going to the main page of this particular software. It's a software platform that allows you and pays you to actually play games. And then he'll walk you through the sign-up process. He takes you through the frequently asked questions, and then he goes through the pros and cons and whether or not he believes that this actually is legitimate and whether or not you can actually make money doing this. And based on his background and experience, he's probably a little more in the know than I would be. I don't even play games, so I wouldn't have any idea. He does, so he's putting his 2 cents worth in, and people are listening. It saves them a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of tears down the road. But there you go. I've just sort of walked through it real quickly. Not once do you see his face. Okay, so that's just an example. And understand, this is a gentleman that just started doing this just less than a year ago. Now, we're going to run ahead. This next YouTube channel is called 5 Minute Crafts. Now, this is an example of how-to videos. Granted, this particular group, I'm sure, is a large group of individuals, a company just because of how prolific they are putting up videos. 70.6 million subscribers. That's massive. And even when you see people, they're just models that are being filmed. It's not actually like the creator of the video getting on and giving you a lecture of any kind. But most of these are point of view film technique. You don't even see anybody's face in here, just hands, and showing you different hacks. This particular video, 175 million plus views. All right, we're going to jump ahead. I'm going to go ahead and go to what we call tutorials. Remember that type of video? 0 to finals, 156,000 subscribers. Now this is definitely the medical field. It's all about medicine. All these are our slide presentations. So it's in that health niche that we discussed. But, just this month alone, 453,000 views. Once again, just an example, nobody's showing their face. Looks like a combination of slide presentations and probably maybe even a little whiteboard as far as film techniques. Well, this is Chris Flip, 17 some odd thousand subscribers. He started this YouTube channel 7 years ago. He stopped making videos 6 years ago on this YouTube channel. The last video he uploaded was over 6 years ago, and he's still getting 30,500 views in the last 30 days. So once again, that's the whole beauty behind the concept of passive income, but also don't underestimate the power of these types of videos. You do not have to be one of those influencers. You don't have to entertain people, be a ham bone. You just provide good quality content, good quality information in a decent format, and people will come to your YouTube channel. Now I'm going to jump on ahead to Data Dude. Data Dude has 19,000 subscribers, and all he does is put up videos. They're very cheaply made animations that do probability comparisons and stats of various games. Minecraft is a big one that he does. He also does a lot of Pokemon. Let me open one of these up here. That's it. That's all it is. That's the whole thing. Now, since I'm not a gamer, that makes very little sense to me. So, but, you look at one of this, he's received 634,608 views. Okay, just to put this in perspective, I want to take one example here. This very first, Minecraft comparison, mob damage. I'm going to open that up. 2.3 million views. And it was uploaded 8 months ago. So in 8 months, this has received 2.3 million views. Let's take a look at this. This is about as simple an animation as you're ever going to get. And understand, even if you have to pay for some software, the returns are more than likely going to be fantastic. And I'm going to explain why. When you get paid for ad revenue on YouTube, they pay you so much money per 1,000 views. So depending on what niche you're dealing with, if you're in the financial niche, some of the technology niches, they can pay up to $20 or more per 1,000 views. Other niches may pay down in the $3 to $5 bracket. Now this particular video in 8 months generated 2.3 million views. Divide that by 1,000 and you're going to come up at 2,300. I'm going to multiply that times 5. I'm going to lowball this and say he's only getting $5 per 1,000 views. That's still $11,500 in 8 months. If you divide that by 8, that comes to $1,437.50 per month. Now this is just for one video. That will buy you a lot of software. To put this in perspective, you can monetize these YouTube channels without ever showing your face and make incredibly good money if you're willing to put the work into it. You have to have the right tools. You have to put in the time to study and pass the learning curve, but there is money to be made. We're going to run on ahead, and the next category I want to talk about is the video type was humor we discussed. This particular site, Life Awesome, or YouTube channel I should say, has 175,000 subscribers and steadily growing. In the last 30 days, they have uploaded 9 videos and they've received 15.4 million views. And all this is a curation of existing videos. Someone has uploaded their own personal bloopers and they put them out there as Creative Commons. And these people just said, hey, I think this is funny. I think this is funny. I think that is funny. And they just curated a collection and said, hey, these are hilarious. Try not to laugh. That's it. That's all they did. And it takes a little bit of research. But down below, they're showing some other featured channels. Hilarious, Belly Baby, Laugh Trigger, 108,000 subscribers, 141,000 subscribers, 106,000 subscribers. The next section is entertainment. When I said entertainment, I was talking more about brain teasers, riddles, personality profiles, whodunits, things of that nature. And Brightside fits that bill. 38.6 million subscribers. You're probably going to have to invest in some software. The odds are they're primarily, I would think, using Photoshop and then After Effects, all by Adobe, to put these together. Once you get past the learning curve, none of these techniques are beyond any of us. We can all do this. It's just a matter if you're willing to put the time in, willing to make the investment, but knowing going into it that if you are willing to put the time in, if you are willing to make the investment, there is big money involved here. All right, I'm going to jump in here now. The last but not least, when I was talking about collections, this is called Elux Your Life, and this is all dealing with luxury. I'm just going to pick one at random here. 15 richest painters in the world. Let's open this up. This is nothing more than stock footage. That's all it is. I'm going to jump through it a little bit. And it's very simple to put together. And the software is really inexpensive. In fact, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you access to my review of Vidnami, which is a software platform for producing these stock footage film. We're going to segue now into a whiteboard animation that I put together using a software called Doodly that I just recently purchased. And you're going to see that even someone as graphically challenged as myself could actually put together a fairly decent little film clip. And this is going to be talking about the 5 filming techniques that lend themselves very well to the types of videos that we want to make where we don't have to show our face. That's coming right up. Meet Jimmy and Rochelle. They both want to produce popular videos, but neither one of them wants to show their face in films. So why do they hesitate to appear in their own films? Is it the fear of public speaking? Do they have limited budgets for cameras, accessories, and expensive software? Now, they spend a lot of time on YouTube and are concerned because so many top influencers appear to be hamming it up face first on popular videos. What they don't realize is that many top YouTube channels are successful without the owner ever showing his or her face. Now, there are 5 primary methods for filming videos without showing your face, and they are, drumroll please, Number 1, screen capture. Now this requires no camera, just some inexpensive software, and is great for reviews and educational videos such as software application demos. Number 2, slide presentations. These can be extremely cost effective, even free, and are fantastic for tutorials. Number 3 is stock footage. These videos require some specialized but inexpensive software. They are great for educational videos and sales presentations. Number 4, point of view demonstrations. These do require a camera, but are excellent for how-tos, do-it-yourselves, and unboxing reviews. Number 5, whiteboard animation. This can be costly and it does require a fairly steep learning curve, but it can be extremely effective for how-tos, educational, and story-based videos. The moral of this story: by choosing one or more of these methods, working hard, staying determined, and on point, both Jimmy and Rochelle have launched and now maintain highly successful YouTube channels. Now it's your turn. Click on the link below and get immediate access to the simple traffic blueprint. This awesome action plan walks you step by step through a highly successful YouTube strategy for capturing organic traffic. And the real kicker is, with this strategy, you never have to show your face. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. I'm sure you all will agree with me that I have talked too much already. Just to summarize, if you haven't already chosen your niche market, if you're looking to make money and you're looking not to have to show your face, you might want to take a look at the broad niches of health, wealth, technology, hobbies, and lifestyle. Now you want to narrow those down into something that you can be competitive with. There are many types of videos that you can put together fairly simply without a whole lot of work or massive learning curves that also you can optimize without having to show your face. They are reviews, how-tos, tutorials, data streams, humor, entertainment, as in like brain teasers, and collections. We also discussed 5 filming techniques. Once again, they have various degrees of expense and or learning curves. None of these are beyond any of your grasp. Screen capture, stock footage, slide presentations, point of view, and whiteboard/animation. At the end of the day, you can make fantastic money with a YouTube channel without ever having to show your face. All right, folks, I'm Paul with Online Business Pro Solutions. If you need to get a hold of me, Paul at onlinebusinessprosolutions.com, Skype, pwolf77. Please leave comments, questions in the description section below. Click on that link that says Online Business Pro Solutions if you're serious about starting a legitimate, sustainable online business. You have a great night, have a great week, and here's to your success.